Hey everybody, I'm buzzing, as they say in the United Kingdom, because I didn't lose ranking points on the last one. I came in second. That was pretty good. What was the secret? Niala. That was a big one. So now we know. Early game, ants, moths. Third place would be anything that's 2-3. Mid game, doorhead ants with a little treats of pizza on them, a little meats. Niala, preferably as soon as it can show up. The only scalar you need to care about is the dragon. I mean, I'm making a mental model for myself, honestly. You don't need to make one for yourself. You might be better at the game than I am, but we almost got a full lobby here. It's action-packed. I hate being the big fish, because then your expectations are higher. We gotta, I mean, with this shop, you gotta commit to the chance for a level, IMO. And what you're gonna be like, you're gonna be weak. Front unit is gonna be weak. Let me be a salty fella. I don't know. I'm not gonna stress about round 1 and round 2 that much. I remember from earlier weeks of ranked, just having full HP when you leave the first 2 rounds is good enough in most situations to set you up nicely. So don't stress out about what your GPA is in the 3rd grade, you know? Maybe study a little bit more instead of playing RuneScape in grade 11, grade 12 and stuff like that, but... Alright, we're going flawless. It's confirmed. I hate to do it. This is not the team that I drew up by any stretch, but... we got to commit to the chance for some levels. I know, like, it's a little wild to be running, you know, like a 3rd goose instead of a 2nd horse, but I feel like the geese are here to counter enemy moths. World's most pacifist zoologist. That if the enemy has a moth at the front, this will turn it from a 4-3 back. Oh, but they have 2 moths. My insane theory came true, except it wasn't perfect enough. That's so funny. Whatever. Okay, now the real game can start. Okay, if I'm being real with you, it seems to me the stats from a rat are pretty good. Like, I think something like this, it just, my idea for me is that it stabilizes our squad well right now. Like, I don't see our rat 1-for-1ing. In order for this to work well for us, the rat has to, I get that it summons friends for the opponent, but like, it's kind of a weird expression. It summons units for our opponent. I don't know why I'm talking. You know why I'm talking like a 3-year-old is because I've been talking to my 3-year-old for like, 3 weeks straight, almost exclusively every single day. It's on the cruise, the number 1 person I talked to was my wife. My 3-year-old was definitely second. Third was just strangers, 3-year-olds that happened to be in like the same room as my 3-year-old. So it was the same kind of like conversational pattern. Oh, you got a little friend there. They're holding like a spoon or something. What's your friend's name? Spoon. Wow, I wouldn't have predicted that. So that was good. I would say keep it going. What I'm really looking for, if you're going to twist my arm, I suppose, what I'm really looking for is an aardvark. It's kind of a weird counter pick here, but if we get an aardvark on our team and our rat kills enough units to spawn 2 dirty rats for our opponent, when it dies, our aardvark could kind of get off the ground early. We know that's not what we said. What we said was doorhead ants with meats on them. Well, what we said was doorhead ants with treats of pizza, where I don't even know where that came from. But regardless, it's going to make that ox a lot better, huh? It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. No plan survives contact with the enemy is what I'm trying to say. So we're making do with what we got, right? So go ahead, rat. Have at thee. Really, more than anything else, we're kind of looking for something to buff our eel. I don't want any of this. I don't want any of this. It's a bit optimistic, but you know, our eel at least can gain some attack. We want it to gain some health, but health is kind of hard to come by this week. I think that's part of the theme. There's like no health related foods. I guess technically salad, and then later, you know, at least you get something that buffs all stats. But there's no like, there's no cucumber, there's no peach, etc., etc. It means, I don't know, does that mean attack is worth more this week because health is worth less? Or does that mean attack is worth less because health is worth less? It might seem like that is something that can't be imbalanced, but they could be imbalanced. They could make, you know, the effects on your units disproportionately more valuable or something like that. I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. I'm still trying to figure out dare I say it again, my mental model for this week. I'm thrilled to draw that one. I feel like we have limited future prospects right now, but that can change. It's just too late for me to feel good about taking a peacock. I'm sorry. And you, like, you're gone. Maybe for a sheep, there's just some stability. I'm not interested in taking the goose any further. I guess I'll stat up. I was hoping it would hit our eel. It didn't. What are we going to do with a level 3 rat, dude? Nothing. You know what we're going to do? We're going to pray that we get it and then just get a bison. It wouldn't even be early. Early would have been last round. But if we get a level 3 rat and a bison and get the bison to level 2, then we could start to talk about, you know, the future. Just trying to see what other people are running. Peacock is the scariest unit this week, but I think, did we not just draw them? We must have, right? Because we went up against a peacock. They had their own rat? I gotta give a real shout out to the goose, which has just been hanging in there for us. Like, it's been doing a great job of ensuring that our rat trades favorably. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I appreciate what it's done for us hither to this point. Come on, man. I really don't want a level 2 elephant. You're gonna have to do better than that. You're gonna have to. Turns out they don't have to do better than that at all. Turns out they could just give you basically nothing. You might be saying you're kind of putting on an act here. Like, why are you so stressed out when you're the only person with 5 HP? It's because, like, you know, that's not gonna last forever, bro. Someone else is going to get something off the ground. Maybe these scalers here start to kickstart teams that we barely beat, you know? Our own, we basically took out like a lottery ticket, and the lottery, it came up, we didn't even get a free play, okay? It came up with, you're rinsed, thanks for the money, idiot. We're gonna take your money and do something nice with it, like invest it in social services, depending on the lottery you played in. If it's the internet, maybe not, but... Wow, this is unfortunate. All right, good. Without our rat buffing their ox, I think we would have been okay there, but alas. It's too late, man, for the aardvark. It's simply... We got to give it a chance. Now, this is a real unusual sort of setup we got here. At least for now. Oh, 2 teams have an ox. Let's be realistic with everybody here. What's our dream scenario? It's not that complicated, and I'm just thankful that we're going to have at least 3 HP to possibly put it into action. You level up your rat or your aardvark next turn. Not unlikely because there's chocolate spawning on the next round. You do hate to see turtles, but you give respect where respect is due. It's a strong unit for sure. And then you get a dragon, and you just start buying tier 1s. It's so doable. Forget about the bison. Forget about the zebra. It's not the way. Level up. I'm going to go aardvark first because it makes more space. We go lioness because we need something for the future. Definitely seems like we should sell you and take like a Gariel or something like that, but... Niala! Okay, hang on, everybody. If that was me in that shop, things would have gone down a little different, okay? You would have heard a lot of banter. You would have heard some crying, and then you would have heard me come over the loudspeaker and say, don't worry, everybody, we got a Niala in the shop. Everything's going to be okay. Okay, so what are we rooting for? Level 2 Niala would go crazy before a 1-up exists, after which point a 1-up would be nice. What are we rooting for realistically? Everybody on 1 HP to lose. Preferably to me, so that I'm not playing somebody whose team is in a better position. This seems bad. That was, I mean, that wasn't even close. See, that's why 2 turns ago I was stressed out. For your information. Now, I think you're both basically useless. Let's start with you. It's not good enough. More Nialas? More Nialas would really hit the spot. That's not good enough. Shh, not good enough. I would love it if I could trick myself into believing that a Rhino was going to get the job done here, but I simply do not see it. One thing we could do is try to make sure the rat gets a chance to actually, like, spawn some stuff by moving it back. It's kind of an admission that, like, the rat at the front is no longer the secret sauce. It is nice to know that at worst I'm going to come in 5th place. And I think, like, looking at these other teams, I think we should be comfortable with that outcome. We probably will lose points unless we come in 3rd or better, just because we were like the highest elo. Or we could, I mean, there's ways out of it. We just need like a really, really big shop next turn. I will say, of course, everybody probably feels this way. When you beat someone, you're like, that's all skill. When they beat you, you're like, well, I had a lot of mitigating circumstances. I was really hungry this morning. I didn't get to have like my normal breakfast. We're never beating this double dragon team. It's simply this. It's not an outcome that is within the bounds of realism. Especially one of them is a level 2. Don't have me play them again, please. I enjoyed playing them when I was beating them. Now that they're beating me, not so much. I was literally just about to say a 1-up would go crazy. I would say you can run 1-up and... If I'm being honest, Pteranodon, resummon it behind this as a 1-1, but it'll be a level 2. I would sell a Goose and an Aardvark and run 4 squatted to try to get a 50-50 dog out there. And it's a little insane. I think this is where we need to be. We're not going to come in first. We simply, there's no world in which we catch this dragon team. We probably are going to lose right here. But if we don't, we might be off to the races a little bit. This is a big round, obviously. They basically have my team where I want it to be, but a round early. Oh! Okay, fight for 3rd, bro. Well, if you're fighting for 3rd, are you really going to sell your rat to make this happen? Yeah. The rat's at 10-14. The rest of our units that we buy in the shop are coming out almost as a 10-14 to begin with. You could sell the Lioness too, but I mean, the Lioness is the only thing giving me hope that we could eventually get here. Like, we could eventually win the... I mean, it's delusional, but we could eventually get to 1st place. There's no... Like, I just don't see a world where we beat the double dragon team. Although it looks like they combine their dragons. Which is not the way I do it, but they're kicking my butt, so what do I know? But I think, like... You're a level 1 death touch. I just went up against you, so I know I got you. Probably again. I would love to go up against you again. That would be nice. You see, your team scares me a bit for sure. Right? Okay. Yeah. I understand now that I'm stupid. I understand it and I accept it. We can't run a full squad with that team. That made all the difference too, which is the worst. But yeah, you know, lesson learned. They got eliminated too? Oh! Okay, I got time for one more arena. Listen, we did make a mistake, but if we're being honest, everybody makes mistakes. If we're being dishonest, somebody's perfect. Wait. How about backwards? How about a feeble eye? Like my right eye when I have 2 beers or get very tired. Starts taking time off in photos. You might even see it on stream from time. I'm pretty tired still. It's only a 3-hour time difference. I don't know what I want here. From Hawaii to Vancouver. But I have a theory about jet lag. And I think from talking to other people, most people would +2 this theory. I'm not saying they would agree, but I think that they would like to see further research. They might believe it's plausible. Jet lag going west to east is 2 times worse than jet lag going east to west. Because east to west, you're going back in time. So if you have a 6-hour flight and you're moving 6 time zones, you're landing at the same time you left, relative time, which means that basically your day just gets longer. I think it's a lot easier to handle like a 30-hour day. All you got to do is, you know, maybe you take a 2-hour nap on the airplane and then eat 2 dinners. Now you've basically caught up. You go to bed at the normal time, you wake up at the normal time. Going west to east, I think, is 2 times harder because your day becomes shorter. You know, if you have a 6-hour flight and it's 3 time zones away, I mean, you're landing 9 hours after you. And ours was a red eye too, so we got to the airport at like 8 p.m. and landed in Vancouver at 7 a.m. And I was like, it was only a 6-hour flight. What happened? Then it's 7 a.m. and you're like, I haven't slept and I lived a whole day in Hawaii and now I gotta. You going Robert De Niro mode? You know what I'm talking about? Honestly, I'm kind of a rat believer. So I wouldn't say like I'm addled by my jet lag or anything of that sort. I would say I'm still impacted somewhat at the very least. I think maybe it's not a 2x, but I'm telling you it's closer to 2 than what is this nightmare squad I'm going up against. Never mind, we crushed them. They're scaring me for the future though. I think it's like 1.5 to 2x. And you're all going to laugh at me. One day, like the world's worst scientist is going to put out a paper, and I'm going to be like, I told you so. Here's how we're going to do this. I'd like to see you take a crack at it, smart guy. Okay, I only have 9 minutes. Unlike Madonna and Justin Timberlake, I do not have 4 minutes to save the world. I have 9 minutes to save the world, which is more time now that I think about it, so I should be blessed. I wouldn't mind if that song was 9 minutes long. It's not my favorite song. It's okay, though. Certainly, you could do a lot worse within all of these artists' respective catalogs. I just don't see us getting the Bison there in time. I'm sorry. I don't see it happening. I'm going to go a little crazy mode. I'm going to pill you. This is a weird team. But it just seems like this is kind of a fun way to do this. We're realistically not too concerned about a level 3 door ant. Like, level 2 early with a little meat attached to it seems like the dream scenario. Okay, I see what you got going on there. I'm picking up what you're putting down. That stings. Rat does not pair well against Ox. I could have told you that. Let's take some stats. While we're here, we got to take some stats, man. Well, you know what? Take some of that. I'm not going 4-squatted forever, but it just seemed like this was a situation where the Manta could get some work done. Huge. I mean, like, look at this. Now, last round, you were probably like, this guy's an idiot. Now you're like, holy cow, this is the best team I've ever seen. Next to the dude's team who beat me, obviously, who I can't really hold a candle to his team, but still nothing on the Bison. You know how it goes. We're kind of holding. None of these units are permanent, man. I don't know who to give the buff to. We're kind of holding until we get a chance for either dragons or I guess this is an Endor situation, one of my favorites. Andy Serkis. I can't swim. You know what I'm talking about? I've never seen the show, but I have seen the screen cap. You've never seen the show? It's really good. Sorry, I'm not watching anything Star Wars related ever again. Episode, we don't have to fight about it, you know. Let's be the Star Wars enjoyers who don't fight about things. Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Well, that was like kind of a by the numbers reboot, but J.J. Abrams landed the plane. Congrats to J.J. Abrams for landing the plane. I'm gonna ice this fool for now. Episode 8. Wow, something fresh in the Star Wars universe. I can't wait to get home and see how everybody else felt about this new property. I'm sure we'll all be very civil about it and won't argue about it incessantly forever for no reason. Little did I know. You know what? I'm popping you here. I want the shop space. We're taking our level next turn. The episode 9, didn't watch it. Because first off, I felt betrayed by the reaction to The Last Jedi, but second, not just the reaction from the audience, but the reaction to the Disney Corporation to say like, oh, people got really mad about that one. Let's try to like, if you set the destination in the navigation computer when you started the thing, you don't deviate 2/3 through and go, actually, we're not going to, you know, Orlando, Florida. We're going to San Antonio, Texas, okay? It's not the way it's done. You stick with the plan, even if it sucks, and you ride it. Is this really this is the squad I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with a 4-squadded. It doesn't need to be an ant, man. Like, you could put anything there. Actually, a goat makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that I didn't consider it at all until this specific moment. Okay, give me melon helmet. Sell you. And this is, I think it's gonna work. That's very nice. But it is a little weird, for sure. And that's nice, because it would be a different sort of team to get some results with, minus the fact that it's essentially predicated on having a dragon yet again. But, I mean, what do you want me to do, man? It's the way of the world. Now, I would say I'm okay with the manta ray getting the helmet. That doesn't really bother me. Can't really, you know, justify putting Doorhead Ant at the front. You could put Goat at the front, but, like, that's not what we're doing here. Come on. Lemon's great. It just, to me, and I'm just one man. Here's the thing. I can't... People might say, yeah, but don't you want to play right? Some truth to that, I'm sure. But at the same time, you know, what's right to you is different for everybody. You know, it's different from the guy next to you. It's different from the person across state lines. It's different than people throughout time. You know, where Zygmunt Palffy might see a great opportunity to shoot, Wayne Gretzky he's more of like a pass-first sort of operator, you know? And here's the thing, they might both get points on the play, but they're doing it their own in their own unique fashion. So I can only ever satisfy... Once you realize you can't satisfy everybody, I think you realize you got to try to satisfy yourself. I'm very satisfied by this run right now, mostly because it's quite strange. It's not what we're used to seeing. Not that interested. More interested. Now, the real meat and potatoes of this would be... Thank you. A pill. That's exactly what I was going to say. And the dragon was the other thing I was going to say. Now, I understand little bro's got the whole shop frozen. There's a method to my madness, and I don't think it's going to take me explaining it for you to figure it out. Don't shoot my manta ray. It's all right. I'm not even worried about it. We have 4 life. I think we're destined. The early dragon, the amount of life we have, I think it's destiny. How we doing here, goat? We're doing great. I would love to see... I would take an intentional loss just to get another dragon. All right, well, I guess you didn't get my message. That's okay. Look at that. 2 extra gold. Oh, wait, no, it's 4 extra gold, right? Because it's a level 2. You'll have to forgive me. Like most people, I don't use the manta ray that often because I got a funny habit of trying to win. Doesn't always come to fruition. The guy who only draws has logged on, by the way. Pretty exciting news. It's me. I'm the guy who draws. Leonardo DiCaprio introducing himself to all the other actors and actresses on the set of Titanic, 1996. A little cerebral, that joke. You see, in the movie, he draws. In case you were looking for a joke explainer on that one. Titanic ending explained. Come on. Come on. We've been putting out bangers and hit after hit, and you're gonna screw me like that. Crusher? I guess you're not called, like, hugger. It makes sense, but I'm still a little annoyed. You're not even a tier 1. Why did I purchase you and put you on the... Because you know why? Because you have ant in your name. My brain's mixing words and shapes again. I haven't even been looking at you. Have you been providing chocolate? Do we even need a level 2 dragon at this point? Not really. Everybody's almost, like, fully kitted now. We do need you. We do need you. Come on. Come on. You come on. I got you. You so-and-so. You. Okay. We got to rattle off 5 straight. I really thought there was no chance I was going to be in a time crunch based on how this run started, but alas, it happens. I know this is a little goofy. Forgive me, though. I'm going to run it at the front, even though we don't get the extra HP. I feel like the value of having Peanut at the front is noted. Noteworthy. Understand? You know? Finally, by the way, take forever with the order. I don't know how many chocolates I've rolled past. I'd rather not think about it. Huge. 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 World's smartest man at getting draws. I can't believe I'm gonna have to, like, stop the video halfway. Like, we had so much time, man. If I lose this one, we'll run it. If I win this one, I gotta pause it. I wish it weren't so. Like Eagle Eye Cherry and Save Tonight, but... It's hard because there's, like, very limited ways to move up on this run now. Like, we gotta sell the dragon and put 2 other units in there once all of our units get scaled to the maximum. They're too strong, bro! Well, I gotta run it now. I think I might be washed. I got way too many draws when a win was required. Okay, give me Death Touch. And then this is like a little perspective Death Touch for the future. It's not gonna work that way, is it? But now I got no space to put down these lads. I'm sorry. Oh, but then look at the money, Lebowski. I'm freaking rich. None of my units can basically scale anymore, though. We just gotta add, like, 2 scorpions to the squad or something. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I got lost. Come on. You gotta be joking, right? Like, we're in there, man. We're beating this team for sure. We gotta get 5 straight wins. Are you kidding me? Play faster. Oh, I gotta go. I'll be back. All right, gamers. It's been 6 hours It's the next time I had a chance to sit down and get enough time to either win 4 or lose 1. It's how it goes sometimes. It is what it is. Now I remember, of course, exactly where I was. We're about to top out on this dragon. Does the game still? There's no music anymore. The ambient sound effect MP3 ran out. The game. I'm not even messing with you. The game was open the entire time. To be honest with you, I'm gonna lose my mind a little bit if I waited all this time and then immediately we just lose. It would be very funny. Now here's the deal, brother. What are we gonna do? Because we got 3 50-50s. You're not going anywhere. You're kind of useless right now. So you should be replaced with a snake. Given the circumstances, we may also wish... What are you doing? What are you going to do? You're going to make... Oh, well, your 49-50 became a 50-50. I'm going to go ahead and say that probably wasn't worth it. You're an interesting choice as well. I got to think about that. Just for breaking melon armors. We're going 4 squatted to get the extra gold from the manta ray. And also because it feels like just adding 1 more unit just to add it probably isn't the right play. I'm pretty stoked we got a level 2 snake out of thin air, honestly. But oh my god, what is this? Are you seeing this? Oh, it had the prophecy. The sacred text, man. I'm not even messing with you. I waited 6 hours for that. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. I'll see you in the morning. Later.